Good afternoon, everybody. So our organization was the Riverside Aquettes. My name is Nubia.
My name is Angelique.
I'm Natalie.
And I'm Ashley.
Okay, so the Aquettes are a nonprofit organization that try to promote their synchronized swimming program. They also have summer programs for non-competitive swimmers that want to participate. And for senior citizens or people that just want some therapy, they do offer water aerobics, water therapy. Some of their key themes and messages that they try to promote include leadership, teamwork, health, and as of recently, the new themes that they want to include are health and fitness for the organization. We constructed a SWOT analysis to outline some of their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and we found some of their strengths to be that they have national recognition. They are one of the second largest synchronized swimming organizations in the nation, so they are well known within the synchronized swimming niche.
Also, like the second oldest as well.
They are eligible to receive grants because they are a nonprofit organization, and some of the athletes in the Aquettes organization are trained to participate in the Olympics. Some of their weaknesses, however, are their outdated website. They have an inactive PayPal on their current website, so people who are trying to sign up for their classes or sign up to be an athlete in their program can't do so. Their phone and email response is very low. Sometimes if they get calls that are long distance, those calls are not received. If messages are left, they're not answered back. And they don't have one particular person to handle the organization's communication.
Oh wait, go. Sorry.
Thank you. But some of the opportunities that they do have is that the surrounding communities around the Riverside establishment can actually afford or have a median income to afford being an athlete in the organization. So their publics are located around them. They just need to target them. They do have very newsworthy events and athletes that they can pitch to the media. And the sport is actually extremely visually appealing, which is something that they can use for their social media or on their website. However, some of the threats that they're currently seeing is that Sue, who is the most committed member of the Aquettes, she is an Olympic medalist, and she's not a medalist, but she's great.
Her daughter is though.
Yeah, her daughter is, but she did compete in the Olympics, and she is an Olympic coach. But she recently retired to just being part-time staff, and she's trying to lessen her involvement with the Aquettes. With her leaving, that's gonna hinder the contacts that she has. They include city council, city mayor, chamber of commerce, So a lot of where they're getting their funding from, and that will probably leave once she does. And one of their biggest competitors as of right now is the YMCA.
Okay, so the theories that are being applied are human resources, or the human resource theory, because there's a very strong independence between the club and its members. If there aren't any members, then there isn't a club. You don't have a team, that sort of thing. But we also felt that they could use more of a symbolic theory as well. They have a lot of successful swimmers. There are at least 7 or if not more of their own athletes who have gone on to the Olympics, several which have placed. So just to use these kind of success stories to promote the Aquettes and say what it is to be an Aquette, and to use being a member as more of an experience than just joining a team.
Okay, for strategies, tactics, and tools, one of the strategies that we wanted to do was create awareness for the Aquettes. And one of the things that we planned to do with this was to form a school campaign. So what we would do is we would, well, not necessarily us, but the people who are going to be carrying this out, maybe like Titan PR in the fall. And that would be to go to different schools around the community and kind of do a presentation to get the kids excited. Because one of the things that we found was that Sue had used flyers to kind of promote the Aquettes, but it wasn't really working because by the time that the kids got home, they didn't want to give the flyers to their parents. So by going and presenting to the kids, they get more excited and they're more apt to go and tell their parents, "Oh, Mom, Dad, I want to join the Aquettes." Also, they have a Facebook group. They don't have a Facebook fan page, and we think that is really necessary, as well as a Twitter. They don't have a Twitter account, so that's one of the tools that we want to use. fundraising event by local restaurants. So I used to work for Chili's, and we would have a lot of fundraising nights. And so people would bring in flyers for whatever organization they were participating for, and 15% of the sales would go back to the organization. So that's one thing that we thought would work very well. We wanted to illuminate the health benefits, and so on the brochure and the news release, we figured that we could provide the benefits of being in a swim workout. And then we also wanted to change the perception from a feminine activity to a competitive sport. So we figured that if we did a Groupon deal, we would get some people to come in and kind of see how competitive and how disciplined you have to be in order to be in synchronized swimming. It's not just, oh, you go in the water and flop around. Like, it's pretty tough. And then we wanted to extend synchronized swimming to other communities and going to city gyms and pools in other cities other than just Riverside, but around the same area, and leaving brochures there so that people that are interested in a swimming sport could check that out.
So as far as our goals, we felt there were short-term goals and long-term goals that we would like to accomplish with the organization. So the first and foremost being to acquire new coaches and new team leads. Right now, the coaches that they have on staff are there in a sense not being paid, and so we'd like to have people who are dedicated to teaching the kids and who are dedicated to staying with the club and organization, not short term. And then as far as members are concerned, in order for the organization to remain nonprofit and stay open, they need to at least have 20 members dedicated to swimming. And we also feel that they need to host new club events. So like every year they have like the Orange Blossom Invitational. And so it's like an event where they have people come in and do swimming, synchronizing, and also they compete. And so we feel like the price that they have set in there, they could maybe increase the price and also come up with like new trending events. They could hold like fundraising. They could also do when we do the school campaign, like that's something else that they could possibly, an avenue they could explore. And then we also feel that they should rebrand the Aquettes name. Right now, the Aquettes have been in practice since 1947, so their like original image and all that comes along with it is very outdated. So we think they need like a fresh edge, like new and exciting stuff that's appealing to the eye. And then also to acquire new donors and sponsorships. So at the risk of Sue leaving, like they need to have other people who are invested in their organization and who are committed to continuing their investments. And as far as long-term goals are consist of, they would like to have a national training center in the United States, as well as competing in the Olympics and returning the organization to profitability. And as far as objectives, like we said before, we would initiate the school campaign. And then team building exercises, because a lot of what we found out is, like we said before, synchronized swimming is not just, flopping around in the water. It's very, very, very rigorous. It's actually one of the most difficult sports that you could play. So we want to have individuals come in and understand that you have to do this as a team. This is not just an individual, and so we really think that's really important. And then we feel that the board needs to set events for the preceding year. So they can't come into a season and not have anything planned. They need to plan their events a year and ahead, and then if something changes or if they want to implement something new, they'll have time to do so. And then lastly, we want them to be successful on the competitive level so they can acquire the new donors and sponsorships, because that's how they get them. When they go to the Olympics and compete, that's how they receive new donors and new sponsorships.
Okay, so our target publics first would be girls ages 7 to 18, just because that's the age range that you are able to participate as an athlete. Living in the Inland Empire, who are athletic or interested in fitness. These are people who like to run around, like to be really intensive and are really engaged in sports. Also girls who are 7 to 18 living in the Inland Empire who want to swim and just stay active in a non-competitive sense, those are the people that they would target more for their summer camps and less for their, full year program. But also you want to target the parents of these children. Obviously these parents have to be parents who are very involved in their children's lives, are looking to better their children's lives and, keep them active and keep them healthy. Also target city government officials to help, they're going to help you get those grants and scholarships, and also help with establishing a national training center here, or in Riverside.
So when we did our consultation with Sue, one of the things that she really wanted to promote was a health aspect and fun and leadership skills. Their current mission statement right now is to produce high caliber, successful, and goal-oriented young people through a synchronized swimming curriculum, which emphasizes the development of technical, physical, and mental ability, the integration of creative movement to music, and cooperative functioning as a team member. That's kind of a long mission statement. I kind of get lost in it, so
Very wordy, hard to understand.
So we developed a new mission statement, which is a lot shorter, to produce successful young athletes who value fitness, health, and leadership through a fun and rigorous synchronized swimming curriculum.
Just nice, clear, simple to the point.
So as far as being able to measure and evaluate the success of the campaign, so we would like to introduce the Groupon, like we said. So if we have people who purchase the Groupon, we know that the word is getting out through the community or outside of the community where people are taking interest. Also the school campaign, and like we said, that would consist of going through, kind of doing like a pep rally, showing like videos, maybe having some of the swimmers come down so we can get the kids like really involved. Next, we would like to look at the hits on their website, their Facebook, and so on and so forth, and their followers on Twitter. And then the Google Alerts would allow us to track online news presence, and then the amount of media coverage that they receive. And so currently, like, they have no YouTube videos, anything like that online, so we'd like to establish a YouTube presence and have videos of the events that the girls participate in, and then that way other people can see and, participate.
Especially because this is just a very visual sport. It's not something you can truly understand until you're sitting there watching it. Everybody knows about like soccer and basketball and football, but synchronized swimming kind of gets pushed off to the side, and nobody truly like understands like how rigorous it actually is and how much physical strength it requires. So to have these videos to like show that and demonstrate that, we think would really get more people interested.